When three-time Olympic hurdler Jana Pittman began having pelvic discomfort in 2014, she put off seeing her GP, until a year later when she began undergoing IVF. The decision to try for a baby saved her life, with doctors uncovering a precancerous condition. Watch the video above. Jana Pittman welcomes twins Willow and Quinlan. For more health and well-being related news and videos, check out Health and Wellbeing Now. A doctor in residence at the Royal Hospital for Women in Sydney, the mother of 6, has survived 2 cancer scares. Speaking to 7 Life, Dr. Pittman wants women to talk more openly about their breasts and other private bits in a bid to save their lives. September is Gynecological Cancer Awareness Month, and Dr. Pittman is an ambassador for the Australia-New Zealand Gynecological Oncology Group, ANZGOG. She says women should ensure regular checks for gynecological cancers, some of which are silent killers. The 2-time world champion hurdler says the first time she had a cancer scare, she felt like an idiot because she had not had a cervical screen for 9 years. The second time, she felt lucky she had been tested and that doctors caught the abnormality before it could potentially progress to cancer. A year later and it could have been too late, she said, adding the experience was a scary one and had made her realize how important it was to look after her own health, to be around to care for her children. So many women could be in the same situation, and it's a very scary thought that you could be leaving a child or children alone without their mother if the cancer is not caught in time. Dr. Pittman said, "The first brush with cancer scared the life out of me. The biopsy showed I had high-grade dysplasia, and even though I am a doctor, my mind raced to maybe it's more than that. What if it's already cancer?" she said. Thankfully for me it wasn't, and 12 months later I received my screening results to say the surgery worked, and I have no more abnormal cells. Despite having this happen twice now, I am one of the lucky ones. I got it in time. But others lose their life to cervical cancer. Please get screened. Dr. Pittman says she is teaching her children, particularly her older daughters, that it's okay for women to speak about their health, even the taboo topics. Women need to be able to talk about their breasts and vaginas and menstrual cycles and any other strange symptoms they might be experiencing, Dr. Pittman said. It's just a body, but it is your body and you need to look after it and protect it. No one likes cervical screening, but it is vitally important that we do it. Gynecological cancers this year, almost 7,000 Australian women and 1,000 New Zealand women will be diagnosed with one of 7 gynecological cancers. They are ovarian, fallopian tube, cervical, uterine, endometrial, vagina, vulva, and 2 rarer placental cancers. That's 18 Aussie women and 3 Kiwi women every day. Almost half of women diagnosed with ovarian cancer will not survive past 5 years. Meanwhile, the rate of endometrial cancer, which can be a very aggressive form of cancer, in Australia and NZ has increased by 55% in the past 20 years. Survival depends on early detection, as well as ongoing research and clinical trials into better treatments and outcomes. Symptoms of cancer. Dr. Pittman says women need to be aware of their bodies and the potential symptoms of gynecological cancer, which can easily be dismissed as something else. And she says they must seek medical advice immediately. I would rather see a female patient regularly and be able to tell her yes, that is menopause or something else, than by the time she sees a doctor it is too late, Dr. Pittman said. A lot of screenings were missed during COVID, and, while many women thankfully have it on their to-do list, it needs to be pushed up higher. I have women coming into clinics with symptoms that have been occurring, in some cases, for years, but they haven't had a screening or seen someone because it's a bit private. You need to step outside your comfort zone. I had one patient who had a tiny lump in her breast, but she was too busy to get it checked. It then became a pimple which got worse, and she felt it was too embarrassing to see anyone. By the time she went to a doctor, it was stage 4 cancer. Before she died, she gave me permission to share her story in the hope it would save others. Gynecological cancers often go without symptoms in the early stages, so if you are having any symptoms, it is time to see a doctor. Now, Laura Platt's story. Also sharing her story for Gynecological Cancer Awareness Month is Laura Platt, who, on her 30th birthday, decided she should start having regular health checks. A competitive netballer and heavily into CrossFit, the young woman was floored when she was given a diagnosis of stage 1B cervical cancer. Platt underwent 2 surgeries and was looking forward to being given the all-clear. But 5 months later, her gynecologist noticed her cervix still didn't look right. The cancer had returned. This time, it was stage 4. The doctor told me it had spread to surrounding lymph nodes and as far as my lungs, she said, adding her oncologist told her the devastating news that she had 18 months to live. Platt recalls she had no real symptoms other than some lymph node swelling in her groin. Told her situation was perilous, she prepared to start chemotherapy and immunotherapy treatment immediately. Preserving her fertility was her other big worry. As it turned out, I didn't have any time to try methods to freeze my eggs, she said. I'm glad I went ahead with treatment immediately, even though it was at the sacrifice of my ability to have children. Platt was treated with an immunotherapy drug that had only been used in other types of cancer. Because it had not been used for cervical cancer, it was not available on the PBS, so it had to be self-funded. Friends set up a GoFundMe page, and raised $60,000 to ensure Platt could have access to the drug. After all Platt has been through, she believes positivity is the key. Trying to draw light in what seems a dark time is what keeps you going, she said. Need for funding. ONSCOG chair and clinician researcher Professor Claire Scott says that without funding for innovative trials of new therapies, survival rates will not improve. Until we can match more cancers to targeted therapy, we are still behind the 8 ball, Professor Scott said. Trying to match treatment to more women's gynecological cancers will give more women the chance of experiencing a meaningful response to treatment, with longer control of their cancer. We need more funding to extend our current research so that we can discover more, faster. To donate desperately needed funds to women's cancer research, go to womencan.org.au. For more engaging health and well-being content, visit 7Life on Facebook. And finally, thank you all for watching the video. Please like and comment your opinion so we can discuss together. Don't forget to subscribe, press the bell to follow and update many other interesting news. See you in the next videos. Goodbye.